What is your role actually entail? Talk to me about what you do there here at the British Embassy Consulate.
Yep. So it's the British Consulate right now. We are about to become a British Consulate General. So the British government's reinvesting in WA. And my primary role is looking at the implementation and the utilisation from a business perspective on the new UK-Australia Free Trade Agreement.
Right, okay. So how does that benefit Australia, particularly Perth, Western Australia, the Free Trade Agreement?
So WA specifically, I think primarily within the critical mineral space. So one of the things about the Free Trade Agreement is it quadruples the FIRB requirements, so the Foreign Investment Review Board, for British investment coming into Australia. So that's risen to $2.5 billion. So roughly we're looking at about 700, 800 million pounds. And there's a lot of traction from particularly Scottish companies that want to invest in green hydrogen, critical minerals, and obviously that diversification away from oil and gas.
So why is Australia an attractive place for UK or British investment?
I think one consideration is obviously kind of the cultural ties. So obviously, in many ways, it can be a copy and paste from the British system because obviously, the laws and the regulations adopt a similar structure. Another thing is a lot of British companies see Australia as a platform to get into the Asian market, and primarily also considering that the UK is about to sign a New Zealand Free Trade Agreement. That complementarity between the Trans-Tasman link is quite big for the British government at the moment.
Conor, today we're talking about supply chains, logistic issues, investment opportunities.
Yep.
What are some of the issues that are impacting in Britain where Australia might provide some opportunity and some solutions?
I think at the moment, considering the energy crisis that's kind of plagued Europe at the moment, I think the big platform for Australia is obviously within the resources market. And obviously, if you do want to, the big talk at the moment is diversification away from China. The British market seems to be a complementary place to do that.
All right, and reciprocally, what can Australia get from doing business with Britain, especially as that FTA, the Free Trade Agreement, kicks into place?
I think there's a couple of big spaces. One of the big ones that we found is within the e-commerce space. So Australia is looking like a very attractive market from a British perspective. But then also there's mobility, so that's a big one. So a lot of British people that want to come over to Australia work, obviously considering the skills and labour shortage that's going on at the moment. But another thing is the mutual recognition of professional qualifications. So that recognition that if you're a lawyer or an architect or an engineer, you can automatically, whether you're Australian or British, come over to the other country and have your qualification recognised.
Look down the barrel of the camera for me, and any person in Britain looking at watching this right now, why should they come to Australia?
Well, right now the weather, probably not in Perth at the moment. Second thing is probably sports-wise. So sports diplomacy is a big thing in Australia, and obviously with cricket, the rugby, which was recently in Perth and Manchester United, that's massive. Australia is just a great place to be at the moment. Obviously, post-COVID, especially in WA. So I can't talk about Perth or Australia more generally highly enough.
Fantastic. Thanks for coming on.